the private investors event that we've got planned for Friday evening at 5 p.m. Who are interested in investing into this incredible business opportunity with Alfie Best and myself. Now, I've got a few slides to take you through. So if you've been following the threads and the post about the investment opportunity, I'm going to give you just a 5-minute brief, quick slide through to explain about the property investment opportunity. I'm going to jump straight into it so that we're not wasting any time, because time is precious. Let's go straight into it. So first of all, the most important thing is that this particular opportunity is for private investors only. And it's an opportunity for a couple of people as well that are going to invest into our projects that want hands-on experience of what it's like to be physically going through the live process of sourcing, finding, securing, renovating, and selling a property or keeping a property to rent out and get a yield. It's also to take you through the opportunity to understand what it's like to go through the process of looking to secure private investors and how that works. But for investors that are looking for a hands-off opportunity to invest money into a property or a number of property projects over this year and beyond, stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give you a brief now, an event link where you can click and register for Friday. We're limiting it to only 15 people for the event on Friday. Now, Alfie will be attending as well on Friday. And here we go. Let's run you through this opportunity. So first of all, a couple of people had approached me that have been in our training program and said, Brad, look, I'd be prepared, be happy to invest some money, but could you take me through the training? So once I've made the investment and come out with the return of my capital injected and my profit, then of course I'm trained as a property investor. And the answer to that is yes, selectively with people that we know, like, and trust. So let's go straight into the second slide. The second slide is, let me just reset the screen. We've got a secret property strategy. We've got a secret property strategy, and that property strategy is a property strategy that we're not talking about on social media. It's something that people are aware of in the UK, but they are not capitalizing on it, and we will save that for the event on Friday. It's something that's going to be quite powerful, I believe, and is one of the strategies that we're adopting in our property asset growth. Let me jump on to the next slide. The next slide, who are you investing in and why are you investing in? It's a unique property investment opportunity with one of the UK's wealthiest and most successful businessmen, and arguably the UK's largest landlord and property developers, Alfie Best, as you know, Sunday Times Rich List, an incredible guy who's got an incredible get rich slow story over 20 years or more. Now, he's amassed a fortune of over £400 million in net assets, and his company valuations globally are worth over £700 million. Now, his next stop is billionaire. You will be playing a part in that journey for him. As he grows in his journey, you will come along in and join that success. And of course, myself, I'm Bradley Chapman, and I'm the managing director of Alfie Best Business and Alfie Best Property Growth, the business arm and the Property Growth Training Academy division of Alfie's group of companies. Now, our company is a smaller company. We started last December, and boy, oh boy, has the last 18 months to 2 years following Alfie been an incredible journey. He is the chairman of our company. He's the chairman of the group, of course, and he's my mentor. And he's taken me through what I can only describe as one of the most incredible journeys of understanding. And he's taken me into the life of a hugely successful multi-millionaire. And he's the real deal. And he's a down-to-earth guy. Now, here's the thing that his particular area of expertise and his particular property is grown over 3,000%. So it's grown astronomically. The companies, as I've said, are valued over £700 million, and the group's enjoyed something like a 3,000% growth curve. So for you to register with our property event with Alfie and myself and this new strategy, property strategy, which is short-term and long-term, it really is going to be exciting. You too will be experiencing what Alfie's grown through blood, sweat, tears, and hard work, which is a 3,000% growth curve and continuing. And you'll be joining a company and group, a name and a brand that's got a hugely successful track record. Now, let's talk about the opportunity. So who should be investing in this opportunity? Who should register? This is open to anybody that's looking to increase and grow their net assets. Now, you could have savings in the bank and you're getting 0.51% if you're lucky on your money. If that's the case, against inflation, you're losing money and you're going backwards. You may not be happy with your pensions performance. You may just have now been affected by COVID and your business has taken a hammering, and now you want to earn the money back that may be lost. You may be a hugely successful businessman already, and you're thinking, Alfie Best has been hugely successful. He's now trained Bradley for a reason. And actually, this is the first time that we've taken property projects like this to the outside market to allow you to invest in Alfie's success experience and my own experience of property growth and business over some 30 years. Now, Alfie is the daddy and the master, and it's an incredible situation to be able to tap into the resources of a company that turns over hundreds of £1,000,000 a year. It's a huge benefit for my office to be just 2 doors away on the top floor here at Wildcrest headquarters, where Alfie sits. It's beautiful to have his ear. You're going to be investing into an opportunity where, hands off, you can really grow your profits and your property net assets. But I mean, how are we going to do that? How's the program going to work? So let me just go to the next slide. What can you invest? Now, you can invest from £25,000 up to £500,000. Now, we have a private investor connection, which we've built over time, that has access to multi-million-pound funds. So for people that's coming through that we may be training and helping through this process that are investing a minimum level, I'll explain that in the future, we may be able to give you access to finance. I'm not going to make a promise at this stage because it depends on the individual and what they learn. But for our other investors, what that does mean for private investors looking to invest, we have a large private investor that is looking at our medium and long-term strategy of where we want to go, and the different risk appetites that different funders have for different type of property asset investment. So exciting times. 25k to 500k investment. If you're just starting out and you want something that is a test entry, you can invest 25k. Now, when your money is invested, I mean, how do we deal with that money? How do we secure that money? So how we secure that money is exactly like this. So let me get the right one up. Hold on. 1 second. Let's get the right screen up there. There we go. So how do we deal with your money? What happens to your money? How are you protected to give you assurances? Well, number one, you're under the Alfie Best brand and the Alfie Best name, and I am also under the Alfie Best name and brand, which means, from my point of view, managing the process of the properties and reporting to Alfie for instruction and approval, that I have to at all times uphold this name, this brand, because it's worth so much in the UK. And I have a great privilege to be able to have Alfie's name on our company wall, and Alfie as our chairman and him as my mentor. Each of the properties that we share with you, each of the properties, our share ratio is 50% for the investor and 50% for us. Now, how do we manage that? Well, we secure the property through a limited company or an LLP under what's called an SPV, a special purpose vehicle. Now we manage the properties, we source the properties, we manage everything from start to finish. At the moment, I'm looking at about 2 to 3 properties every single day, and I'm in Alfie's Black Book, and I'm on a number of different sites and different locations where we are sourcing properties that suit our first property projects. Now it's going to be really exciting because we're not revealing our secret property strategy. Let me just put the next screen up. You asked before, a couple of members asked before if we would train our investors. The answer to that is yes. Selectively, I can't take on too many people to train, and I'll tell you why. And I won't take on people to train for a training fee. One, I'm going to be a very, very, very busy lad over the course of this year, working multiple property projects, which means I'll be boots on. I'm going to be on site. But what I will be doing is recording a lot of the stuff we do in order to report back to our large financial investors. And Phil Dyer saying he's been taught by Alfie. Yes, of course. You used to work at Wildcrest, Phil, didn't you? It's good to see you, bud. So yes, we will train our investors. So if you're an investor and I know you and you've been part of our property academy, or you're someone that comes recommended, then as long as you invest a minimum of 35k as your property investment, which you will get back with profits, we will train you in the process. So as I'm recording videos to report back to Alfie and creating training modules for the future in terms of everything from the sourcing, all the emotions that I'm going through, building control, planning, being on site, the actual control and development, project managing the site, the build process stage, bringing it together, bringing the property completion, the secret strategy you're going to use, depending on what area of property asset we're investing into. I will take 2 or 3 of you through that process with me. I will only do that on the basis that you'll be fully interviewed and that there's a potential for us to joint venture in the future. In other words, you may be somebody that wants to get involved with us and stay with us and grow your property career. You'll have your own business, your own company, but we'll grow together, and then we'll utilize the financial resources and investors that we have. But make no mistake, I will not carry people through. This is going to be training and education personified. Now, for our investors that are investing into our consortium, the projects that we're looking at, and again, I'm not going to share publicly. You will need to register. There's only 15 people allowed in this event. The type of projects we're going to be looking at, number one, is a secret property strategy, which is kind of our COVID strategy, which we're not sharing on social media. We will be looking at premium park home estates, distressed properties, resident commercial properties, and Barbados VIP properties. Now, we have short-term and long-term goals, and I'm not going to go into that too much, but I'll share with you short-term, medium-term, long-term goals in a second. Investment levels that you can invest is from 25k to 500k. Our private investors and private resources are looking to invest much larger amounts than that. But as a private investor coming in to invest with us, 25k to 50k. It's an exciting opportunity because this is limited to 15 people. We're only going to take 15 people on this first event, on this first investors meeting, which is Friday night, 5 p.m. For about an hour, 90 minutes. Myself and Alfie will be running through, getting to meet you. But as you register, you'll register, then I will give you a call. I'm going to get to know you, because we won't work with anyone that we don't like. It's very simple. There's a certain character that we like that works within and well within the Alfie Best brand. And, you know, we like driven individuals, passionate individuals. We also like professional people that can really contribute, you know, to the growth of this consortium. And it's going to be exciting. It's limited to 15 people, but let me explain why we're doing this. We have a short-term, a medium-term, and a long-term goal to build a large property asset-based collection of different property types, different asset types that will be delivering different types of returns in each class. It may well be that you put money into a strategy, and that will then form a limited company. For example, it might be an investment strategy that requires a 500k strategy. If you're investing just 25k, then your 25k would go towards that 500k within that strategy, and you would get 50% share of the profits based on the relation percentage to your investment. So if you put in 50k and it was a 500k requirement, you would get 10% of the 50% of net profits. Does that make sense? We split our profits with our investors 50-50. We don't do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%. We share the profits with you. So we source, manage, handle, deliver the properties in its entirety, from sourced to ready to sell to completion. And then we prepare the accounts, prepare the taxation, prepare the net profits, and split 50-50. Now, the reason we want to do that is because that's fair. You will put in the money for the projects. We will manage the projects. You will then get your investment money back and your profit. But it may well be in some cases where we have an opportunity that we've developed a property, let's say it's 500k, where we'll be looking to make a 200k profit on that property, which we've sold at 700k net of taxation, etc. You may then say, okay, well, let's look at the investment in that property. Should we then refinance that property and go again, keeping that as a portfolio that we're building as a partnership? So our short term, medium term, and long term is to work with people to give you an opportunity to work off the back of Alfie's success, knowledge, connections, black book. And let's face it, when you look at Alfie and you meet Alfie's the most down-to-earth guy, he really is the most down-to-earth guy, but he is Europe's largest park home operators. Now, our investments and what I've learned since coming into Alfie about park homes and park homes estates, and what he's taught me, is priceless. Absolutely priceless. So I'm bringing my own residential house building experience into the equation. And with Alfie being my mentor, he's trained me and educated and showed me Wildcrest Parks. So we have a number of opportunities for investment in different property asset types. I'm really excited. Ladies and gents, what we want you to do is to go to our website right now, and for you to register. It's only 15 people. Let me just hide that one now. There you go. Now, to register, literally you need to go to our website and to alfiebestbusiness.com, and then click on the events tab. Once you click on the events tab, the page to register, let me see if I can share the screen. Just 1 second. The page to register, the link, let me just share the screen. There we go. The link is sharing now. So this is our property investors page, the website link. So go to events on our homepage, which is up here. Once you go to events, you'll see the property investors 2021 property joint investor. Sorry, it's 12 slots, not 15. I need to change that to 15. It's in 3 days' time on Friday the 5th, and we'll be running through a number of the key elements in depth about your money, where we can go together and how we can increase your profitability, your net assets, and help you grow. It's going to be quite an exciting time. We're really, really pleased to be delivering this opportunity now, and I'm really pleased as well because, when I came to meet Alfie, I met Alfie actually two and a half years ago. I didn't know at the time that I was going to meet Alfie Best and that it was going to turn into this incredible relationship. It wasn't easy for me, and it hasn't been easy for me. In terms of the way the business was started up and how coronavirus had hit my little startup baby. But on the other side of that, the growth that we've experienced, the mentoring that I've experienced, and Alfie can be a right hard ass on you. He's not a man that's going to wrap you up in cotton wool. He wants to make you more resilient. He wants to make you more commercially honed and tuned. And I thought about this, and there's a reason why Alfie allowed me to own a company with him that carries the name Alfie Best. And I'm quite honored actually, and quite privileged. Actually, it's quite clever for Alfie as well, because every time I broadcast live, I'm promoting his name. So there's a balance of what Alfie's been teaching me and him allowing me into his business, his home, his life, and by sharing with me inner workings of the company. And he's been training me in so many different ways. Now, as you know, Alfie grew up as a gypsy, a Romani traveler. And, for 4 or 5 months this year, I moved into an isolation unit, a mobile home. And I tell you what, you learn so much about yourself, about resilience, about mindset, about focus, about changing or turning challenges into opportunities. And it's only now that, we've arrived at the clarity of where we're going, how we're investing, and how we're going to help our people to move forward, our investors, and how we're going to return them a very long-term return on investment. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I love getting my boots on. I love going onto site, being around the builders, from the cement foundations going into I love building works. And ever since I was a kid, about 7 years of age, I can remember my parents was building their house, and I remember walking up the staircase in a house in Loughton, Alderton Hill, Loughton. And there was this great big galleried staircase. So you went up the staircase and around this great big gallery, and all the rooms off this gallery. Like, I remember walking up the stairs and there was no balustrades, no balconies. So I'm kind of crapping myself a little bit, because I'm going up the stairs. There's stuff to hold on to. And up I went, the wooden stairs. There was no carpet in there yet. And walking around the outside, it was incredible. I've been brought up in that whole sort of refurbishment, development, and build in my life. And I love it. And I'm excited about the future now. We're really going to do some amazing things with the people that invest with us. And what better person to be looking after the decisions, the key decisions, as the chairman. It's my job to go out there to make it happen, to find the resources, but who better than to be checking everything with the master of business, the man who knows how to make profit, the man who knows how to leverage, the man who knows how to sniff an opportunity and convert that into a profit. And that's what we're going to do for you. Ladies and gentlemen, look forward to seeing you guys live Friday at 5 p.m. live on our Zoom training call. Register now. Only 15 people allowed in this. Only investors that are serious to apply. I will be calling and contact each and every one of you to have a brief chat to understand where you want to go. Why? Because it's important that we know you. It's important that we get to know who you are and where you want to go. And if you're somebody that wants a hands-on experience to come along the journey, probably 2 or 3 people maximum. The rest are hands-off investors that actually saying, okay, Brad, well, what is it you're looking for in this project? 500K. What are you looking to return a profit? £200,000. What will be the net of that? About 165. What's the time frame, Brad? 6 to 9 months. Okay, what's my profit in that? 75 grand, 85 grand, and I get my investment back. Yep. And my money is secured against first charge on the property. So your money is secured by the asset. Yes. So you've got protection of your money. And what you're doing is you're trusting in Alfie Best, who's grown his business 3,000% over the last 20 years. And is Sunday Times Rich Lister, hugely successful businessman, and is arguably one of the UK's largest landlords and property developers and financiers. Ladies and gents, look forward to seeing you on Friday. It's exciting times ahead. It's took me 2 years and the last 14 months of relentless training and being mentored by Alfie to be ready. And now he's given me his blessing to move forward to help you under his guide. Thank you.